chose the wrong side.
Hi guys, Silver Screen Edits here. Today I am reviewing one of the most anticipated movies of the year. And personally, I would say the last year and a half to 2 years. It's Captain America: Civil War. And today, to help me review it,
Tucker.
And he's going to help me explain my review a little bit. First off, was the movie good? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
If you saw my last review of Batman vs. Superman, this movie was better than that. And I know some people didn't like Batman vs. Superman, but I really did. And I don't want that to make you feel like I'm not really liking the comics as much. So that's why he's here to help today. Because he's a fan of the comics too. And he enjoyed Batman vs. Superman. This movie was way better than that.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
They literally took Batman vs. Superman out of the comics, and that's why I loved it. Like, don't you agree?
I think they changed
A little bit, but not a lot.
a bit, but it wasn't enough to
make the movie different.
Yes, but we're talking about Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
Or Captain America, you know what I mean.
Civil War.
The movie was really good. One of the best movies I've seen this year. The characters, you had returning characters. Black Widow, Captain America, obviously, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Vision, all of them returned for Civil War. The character screen time. I thought they did pretty good with the time that they set for each character, especially Spider-Man, because it didn't seem like they just threw him in there because they could. They took the time out to give him a reason to be in the film. He wasn't just in it. He didn't just show up. They took a storyline and made it to where he would be needed for it. Which is what I liked, because normally they just throw him out and put him in there for no reason.
I do think Ant-Man should have had...
That's my phone, ignore it. It's fine.
I do think Ant-Man should have had a little bit more time.
I think Ant-Man could have had a little bit more screen time, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I think they could have put just a little bit in there before he was in with Captain America's group. Like maybe just showed them coming to his door and saying, "We need you." That'd be enough.
Yeah.
When you think,
yeah,
I think they could have put that extra minute or two in the movie, but there might be a extended edition coming out. I hope there is.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be something like that in there. I don't know. Spider-Man. Do you know who the actor was that played him in this one?
No, I
keep forgetting his name because I didn't take the time to remember it because I didn't think he would do justice to the character. Because I liked Andrew Garfield. I was a little upset that it wasn't Andrew Garfield, but after seeing this movie, I have to say the actor did really good as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
His version of Spider-Man reminded me of the 90s cartoon, the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
That's what he reminded me of, the younger, more funny type Spider-Man, not the older teenager type. The action in the film, it was action from start to end. The very first scene in the movie is a fight. At that point, none of the characters are fighting with each other yet. They're after this bad guy. It starts, I think, in where they start to butt heads in the movie is about 20 or 30 minutes in, wouldn't you say? When they introduce the law. And they start to argue about it. the biggest fight scene in the movie is about an hour and 20 minutes in, hour and 30 minutes. When they all fight
each other.
And they took time to get this fight right. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, they took it from step by step. They did it great.
Oh, and they used quite a few iconic scenes from the comic book, like one from Ant-Man and one between Captain America and Tony Stark.
Where they're doing like this.
Yeah, where they're coming after each other.
And where
Ant-Man's on an arrow.
Yeah.
Those, I'd say, are two of the most iconic ones. I didn't really notice any more than that, but I'm sure I missed a few from the excitement of seeing the movie.
Yeah.
But this fight scene, I'd say, was probably between 20 to 25 minutes long.
Yeah, it was.
And it's not the only big fight scene in the movie. There's one at the end. I thought that they did really well with that fight scene.
Which one?
The middle one. The one where they're all clashing.
Yeah. Because I like how Spider-Man,
his intro was awesome, because I almost said Captain America. Tony Stark goes, Underoos! And Spider-Man comes in stealing Captain America's shield and tying his hands together at the same time so they can bring him in, along with the Winter Soldier, who Captain America is trying to protect, because they think the Winter Soldier is trying to kill all these other people, and he's not. He's actually retired, and it turns out there's all these other clones of him. It's a big deal. I would recommend that you do go see this movie. I think it is not one to miss. I think this movie will probably be one of the biggest movies in the Marvel Universe. Besides the Part 1 and Part 2 of the next Avengers.
Yeah, where's the Galaxy?
I'd say this is probably one of the best Marvel movies that feature the Avengers. I think it was definitely better than the last two Avengers, and that's kind of hard to do. I think it was
great, though.
And I think one thing that did it for me is all these characters, none of them are actually villains, but they're still fighting each other because they disagree. And that was one of the biggest points in the movie that I had a nerd out. Ask my brother.
Yeah.
I had this face on that was like, are you nuts? And this movie was just phenomenal.
She was literally yelling at the TV when she disagreed with Tony.
Tony was wrong.
Yeah, but you yelled at the TV.
Tony was wrong. He is wrong. Wrong.
I agree.
I don't really care for Captain America, but I'm on his team because he's right.
Yeah.
Yes. As I was saying, I would definitely say you should go see this movie at your first chance that you can.
Because the tickets, they're going to be sold within a week.
I don't think this is a movie you should miss. Even if you weren't fond of any of the past movies, I would say still go see this one because it's better than those. It really is. It's better than probably those put together. And that's hard to do. My rating for the movie would be a 10 out of 10.
My rating, 20 out of 20. I mean, it's great. It's phenomenal. There's nothing I don't like about the movie.
There are some spoilers.
Yeah.
In this, I'm going to say some. It actually turns out that Bucky...
If you guys don't want the spoilers, we're going to put a little time phrase so you don't have to hear the spoilers if you're going to see the movie. We'll put up the time and you can skip to that.
It turns out that Bucky, the Winter Soldier, actually killed Tony's parents.
Both of them.
What?
He literally punched in the
punched
nose.
Tony's dad to death.
In the
And then
face.
to make it look like sorry, we're talking over each other. And then the Winter Soldier made it look like an accident. Like he was just in a wreck, and he put him back in the car, and then he killed Tony's mother. So, it turns out that Captain America knew this.
Yeah, somehow.
And Tony Stark found out at the end of this film, and he tried to kill both of them. Captain America did not die in this film, which I figured because they have
another Avengers.
two other Avengers coming out soon. If they were going to kill him, they'd probably wait till the last one.
If they were going to kill him
if they're going to kill him off, because they'll probably at the very least want, if he's not going to be in the Avengers, because I know the Avengers changed throughout the comic, they'll at least want him to have a cameo in there. So I can see why they didn't kill him off, even though they did in the comic. I mean, you have to change things up, but you also have to stay true to the original. I think they did really good on this movie. What, don't you think?
Yeah, they did great.
I mean,
I think Marvel did a great job.
I am so glad that Marvel got the rights back to Spider-Man. Oh my god. Because if they had not, he probably wouldn't have been in this film. Okay. For legal reasons.
I do like Sony's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, better.
I liked all the Spider-Mans.
I didn't like Tobey Maguire. He just crossed the line.
I liked all the Spider-Mans, but I think my favorite was Andrew Garfield and the new one from Civil War.
Well, we didn't really get anything besides 25 minutes of a fight scene. We didn't really get to understand. I hope they have an own Spider-Man movie with just him.
I think they plan on. I think Marvel plans on doing their own version of Spider-Man, which is going to be interesting to see because it's only ever been Sony. It'll be interesting to see Marvel's take of the character, their character.
Even though Stanley Marvel made him.
I don't really have any complaints with this film. And that is something pretty hard to do.
I have a little complaint. They should have put Ant-Man a little more. That's it.
I don't really consider that a complaint. I consider that
you need to do that.
I wish that had been done.
Yeah.
But I think if they would have just added another minute or two to Ant-Man, like why they needed him in the story, like they did with Spider-Man. I mean, that wasn't even a big deal. It wasn't a major problem at all. Because they still had a pretty good introduction to why he was needed. I just wish it had been done more like Spider-Man. I really don't have any other complaints. Do you? I don't really think so either. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to ruin the film for the people viewing this, but I don't really think there's much else I can say without, saying the whole movie. So I think we should end the review right here, and if we have anything else to add to it, we can do it later.
Yeah.
So be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to comment below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
And you viewers, if you guys like gaming, I might just make my channel around maybe a month or so, or I might just post a couple of videos on here on my sister's account. So, subscribe, comment, like the video. Goodbye, guys.